record this class. So you're welcome to EA Economy, okay? Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
It's just respond. Be responding so I know I'm talking to somebody. So I said you are welcome to EA Economy.
Yeah, thank you.
So I just want to put you through like just the trading aspect. Of course, you have watched videos on how to launch your business and how to access Manara by now, right? How to also
Yes,
join
yes.
all the Telegram groups, and also basics of Manara. So I just want to teach you my own personal strategy. That's DFX. My own personal strategy that I use to trade the forex market. So this should just be a 20 minutes call. I'm just here to welcome you first and foremost into the academy, and also to motivate you and to inspire you, to tell you that there is no limit to what you can achieve. So what I'm going to do today with you is just basically just show you the strategy I use. So you're going to take the strategy into your Manara and use them whenever you are trying to take a trade. So I'm going to share my screen now. So now basically I'll just use trading view. So let me show you how Manara entries are like. For let's say we want to take a buy entry, on Manara, buy entry on Manara. This is what it looks like. So a buy entry on Manara looks like this. So they'll give you a pattern. So which always looks like this. Sorry, I said a buy entry. This is a sell entry rather. This
I
is
can't hear you.
can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I want to give you what a sell. This is a sell entry
Yes, I
rather.
can hear you now.
This is a sell entry on Manara. So this is what like a sell entry looks like on Manara. You have all the coordinates, all your coordinates. So the point here is that Manara gives you entry for your sell or your buy at the deep point. Is that also at the deep point? The deep point is where Manara will tell you to enter. So to give you your entry at the deep point. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes.
Manara gives you your entry at the deep point. Now, if you are selling, for instance, and Manara has given you an entry, these are the only kind of entries I want you to be taking. When Manara gives you the entry, I want you to always wait for this confirmation. I need you to always wait for this confirmation. So this is the entry, right? So when Manara gives you the entry, and you see it started dropping. Let's assume it's a sell, and it started dropping. Before you take
Please,
this
are you
entry,
recording? Because this is breaking from my end. I don't know.
it's your network. Your network is bad. I'm recording. No problem. So when Manara gives you the entry, I'm recording the class. When Manara gives you the entry for a sell, for instance, and it's dropping, you want to wait for a second leg, right? A second leg like in form of an M before you take that trade. You want to wait for a second leg in form of an M before you take that trade. Before you take that trade, you want to take a see a second leg. So if Manara has given the entry at the D point for a sell, what do you do? If it's either it's a bat or a crab or a butterfly or a ghastly pattern or a shark, you understand? You want to see a second leg. What do I mean by second leg? At the D point, when Manara tells you sell, the moment it starts dropping, I don't want you to sell at that point. Wait for it to return. Even though it does not come to this part, let it just give you something like a second entry. Now, when you see this second entry at this point, then you can take what? The trade. Sometimes the M looks like this. Sometimes the M might go to the stop loss level and start coming down. When you see it start coming down, take your entry and put your stop loss above. So you always want to see a second leg in any entry Manara gives you before you take it. If you are not seeing a valid second leg, what do I mean by a second leg? A second leg is when Manara gives you the entry and it starts dropping. You have to wait for it to come back. You can either see it this way. How will you know this is a second leg? You will know it's a second leg if this second leg starts dropping a bit. I will show you the kind of candlesticks you have to look out for. The kind of candlestick you have to look out for when it starts dropping the second time. Then you will know that yes, this is a second leg. So a second leg for a sell can look like this, or it can be like a complete double top, an M, or it can go up a bit as if it wants to take the stop loss, or it has taken the stop loss. Then the moment you see it start dropping, like I said, there are some candlesticks you have to look out for to be sure that yes, this is a second leg entry. You have to see some candlesticks. So when Manara gives you the entry at D for a sell, this is what the D for the sell will be on the upside. So because it wants to drop. When Manara gives you the entry for a D for a sell, you do not want to take it at a go. You want to see a second leg. What do I mean by second leg? A second leg that comes back to test that entry point as if it's going back to that entry point. It can be like this. It can be like this. It might not get to the top, but it will start coming down. And when you see a candlestick, I will show you the kind of candlestick you should look out for. You take the entry. Sometimes it can be like this. A perfect M. You understand? A perfect double top. Are you with me?
Yes, yes, I'm true.
A perfect double top, or you want to see it maybe exceed the high a bit. When it exceeds the high a bit, then there are some candlesticks you look out for. When you see it start coming down, you take the entry. I don't want you to take it entry the moment Manara gives you enter. Manara helps you scan the market, fine. It helps you analyze the market and gives you good entry points. But as a trader also, you should have your own kind of confirmation, because sometimes this trade will just come and will not go down, or sometimes it will just blast that entry point and you have already sold from here. And at that point, you'll be at a loss. So for you to be sure of a particular zone, I always want you to see a second leg, which can look like this. It will not really go up, but there's a candlestick you will see that will let you know that, okay, you want to start selling. Then you put your stop loss just above here. Sometimes it can look like a perfect double top. Then you will see a candlestick as if it wants to start coming down. That candlestick also shows you. Then you what? So you see it. It can also look like this. An extended M that goes above that entry point. But there's a candlestick you also see here to show you that yes, you have to sell it. So before you take any entry on Manara, I want you to always look for these confirmations. And if these confirmations are not present, please you wait. You understand? Sometimes the trade goes above the D point, not all the time. But when you take the entry and it goes above the D point, and you have entered the sell, it might hit your stop loss. But if you wait for it to give you a second leg, and you are seeing that that second leg goes above the D point and looks as if it's coming down, you see you are now safe. You can take the entry. Do you understand? You have to always look out for something before you enter the market. So that is for a sell. in Manara. Is that clear? Now, what if for a buy? Is that clear?
Yes, yes, yes.
Now, what of for a buy? What do you want to look at for a buy? Very easy. What you want to look at for a buy is just similarly to what you have for a sell. Buy entry on Manara. As you know, the D point is always the selling point or the purchasing point. And the D point is either the selling or the. So for Manara, for the buy, it always starts from below because this one started from above. So you have the X, you have the A, you have the E, you have the C, sometimes the B, and you have the D. Sometimes the B can be above like this. Depends. So it is the B point that determines the patterns. There are some B points that will be close to the origin, which is the X. The origin is the O, which is sometimes X. The B point might be close to it. If the B point is close to it, very well, it's likely it's going to be a crab pattern. If the B point is still far from it, it's likely it's going to be a bat pattern. If it's in the mid-range, it's likely it's going to be a Gatling pattern. If it's still a bit close to the origin, it's likely it's going to be a butterfly pattern. So then if it's like super close to it, it's likely it's going to be a deep crab pattern. So it is the deep point that gives us these specified patterns. So for your Manara, like I said, you have to always wait for the D point. You always have to wait for the D point. And there, you have to see a particular confirmation before you are taking the entry. It's very, very important. So, so let's assume, so XO to B, okay? Then I'm just connecting so it looks like the exact patterns, like you see on your Manara. But this is just a rough sketch. Still going to do it on the Manara website itself. So as you can see, this is just similar to what we have here. So the D point is your entry, right? The D point is your entry as usual. What did I say you have to do? You have to like always at least wait for a kind of confirmation. What do you want to see? You want to see something like this. You want to see something like this, right? You want to see it go up, right? Then what did I say? You should always wait for a second what? Leg. So that second leg can be like this. It can be close to the D points and go up. Sometimes the second leg might what? Be a perfect double bottom. Is that clear? It can be a perfect double bottom. It will
W, I mean.
So it's more like W and A. I'm telling you, you should only be trading W's and M's when Manara gives you an entry. Is that clear? Only W and M's. If you do not see W and M, there are some patterns that you know. Once it enters the selling points, they are called sniper entries. It doesn't waste time. It will just go. It might just go down. It might never come back. Fine. We are not going to take all the trades. But if there are trades we are going to be taking, we have to have a specific kind of trades we take. What trades do I want to see? Specifically me, when I analyze using harmonics or price action or BTMA, my kind of confirmation entries are always W and M's. You can have different kind of analysis you use. You can use SMC, you can use anything, whatever it is you want to use. But at the entry point, you need to see a confirmation. And for me, particularly as a trader, my own experience, I love to see M and W's. And that is why I am teaching you, I am imparting you and inculcating you in that direction to also use M and W's. The M's and W might not be perfect. It always comes in different ways. Like I said, there are some W's that will be above the D, the entry point, more like 1, 2, 3. You understand? You see it? More like 1, 2. You get this C point will not come down.
Yeah.
It will move. Do you understand? There are some that it will be perfect. It will be 1, 2, and move. Do you understand? This is perfect. There are some that it will be move, exceed that point, grab liquidity, and move. Do you understand? But if you are not seeing a second leg, I don't want you to be taking any entry. It's the same thing that applies to the sell entry also. You want to see a second leg, either an extended M that goes above the D point to grab the stop loss. Then you want to see it start coming down, or it's giving you a reversal candlestick. So we're going to be looking at reversal candlesticks now. Giving you a reversal candlestick, then you take it. I'm telling you, if you do it this way, can't be coming to me and be complaining every time that you're losing. It's not possible. Not all trades are going to win, right? That's why you always have to also use what? Risk, what? Management. But if you use this specific kind of patterns, you are going to be seeing at least good results. Exactly. At least you can be taking trades 10 times, you are winning 6 times. You're losing 4. So at least your 6 is covering for 4. You're still on profit. You can be taking trade 10 times, you're winning 7. And sometimes you can take 10, you win all the whole 10. You understand? So, but if you don't have a particular way of trading, you don't have a particular style, you're not grounded by it, you don't let your emotions be controlled, or you let yourself be directed by impulse thinking, you will not have good trade results. So I want to invite you today and advise you to always look out for M and W's. When you are buying in Manara, you wait for W. At the D point, Manara always gives you entry at the D point. Then the stop loss, if you are buying, the stop loss will just be below this D point. If you are selling, the stop loss will just be above this D. So imagine now, you didn't see a second leg and your stop loss is above, and there's an extended M. That's grabbed the stop loss now, you have lost that trade. But assuming you waited for what? A second leg, right? Immediately it's coming down. What are you doing? You are selling, you are following it, and you are putting your stop loss. You are winning the trade. Manara always gives you a target 1 and target 2. Manara always gives you a target 1, and what? And a target 2. So what I advise people to do is that when you want to open a trade, for example, you want to risk 0.1, 0.2. When you are taking a trade, you should open it in 2 positions for that 0.2. You should open 0.1, 0.1. So what does that mean? It means that for my 0.1, I'm going to set the target as the first target. And for my 0.2, I'm going to set the target for the what? And for my second 0.1, I'll set it to the second target so that at least one will eat profit first. Now, the moment one eats profit, or the moment your trade is heading towards profit, I want you to do something. What do I want you to do? I want you to always shift your stop loss to your entry. So example, you enter here now, this is your stop loss. The moment this trade goes up, like the second leg starts going up, shift this stop loss to your entry. You see, when you shift the stop loss to your entry, what happens? You're no longer losing. At least you have secured your capital.
Yeah.
So before you at least even get to the profit targets, I'm telling you, if you do it this way, you are going to be having results. So we want to check out for reversal candlestick patterns. So these are the patterns I want you to always be looking out for when you want to buy, when you want to enter the second leg or so this is one here. This one page. So now, if you are, look at this bearish pin bar, is the one I love the most. Are you seeing the bearish pin bar? Look at where my cursor is.
Yes, I can see it.
This bearish pin bar is used for when you are selling, when you want to sell. So for example, now look at this place now where Manara has given you the entry. When Manara gave you the entry, imagine here now, this is the first leg. I said you should always wait for a second leg. Now let's say this leg now goes above. Now when it goes above, it now formed this candle. It now formed what? So what's this now?
Second leg.
Now form the second leg. You now form the second leg that gave you a bearish pin bar, a candle that traps like a pin, that looks like a pin. Do you understand? At the second leg, when you want to sell it, a shooting star or a bearish pin bar, what should you do? You should take that what? Trade. Like this second leg now, it is forming this candlestick, bearish pin bar. You should take that trade. You understand? What if it's a buy? If it's a buy now, at this second leg, it is forming what? It is forming what? A bullish pin bar. Look at my cursor. Can you see it? The moment it's forming a bullish pin bar, what do you want to do? You want to what? Buy it. Is that clear? Because that's trapped. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
So you want to buy this pair now because at the second leg, maybe here at this double bottom, maybe it gave you a perfect double bottom, a perfect W. You know, I told you this W can be in different ways. The M can also be in different ways. Let's say it gave you a perfect W. When it gave you a perfect W and you are seeing this candlestick, a bullish pin bar, please, you can screenshot it. The class will be recorded. I will upload it on my YouTube page. I will say, I give you this so you go and watch it there. So you are seeing this bullish pin bar at this second leg entry. You want to take that trade. You want to be in the position to take that trade. So why? Because the market has trapped. It has indicated that yes, that D point will sell. Even if this second leg exceeds the D, then it is showing you this kind of candlestick, a pin bar. You want to take that trade for a buy. What if it's a sell? If it's a perfect double top, the second leg is a perfect double top, and it gives you a shooting star at the second leg. You want to take that trade, right? Sometimes it might not be shooting star. It might be a complete bullish candle. As far as, for example, like maybe a bullish engulfing candle. You understand? A bullish engulfing candle. Maybe showing you a bullish engulfing candle. If showing you a bullish engulfing candle, you want to take that trade. So there are a lot of candlesticks here. Lots of candlesticks. So one thing I can advise you to do, can you hear me, is take your time. I will send you a PDF that explains candlestick. Do you understand? Reversal candlestick, especially for when you are buying or when you are selling. So if you read that PDF, you can also take a screenshot of this. If you see a bullish candle now, for example, a bullish candle that engulfs the previous candle. Like, let me show you an example of a bullish candle. For example, look at this. Can you see the W I was telling you about here? This is like a buy now. This is a W. Can you see it? Can you see that this is a perfect W? Because this is the first leg. It comes back, trap it, ends with a pin, gives you a bullish candle. You know the market wants to go to the upside. So this is an example of what I was trying to talk about. You understand? Then, so a bullish candle, for example, this is a bullish candle. This one here is a big bullish candle. You understand? So you can also take the entry for a buy. Then if it's a sell, what do I tell you want to see? For example, this is an example of the M I was telling you about. This is the first leg. Let's assume this is the D point. You see, if you did not wait for the D point here, Manara, it will go up, not Manara. Manara always gives you the correct entry, but you always want to have your own confirmations. But this is the second leg you are waiting for. It ends in a bearish pin bar. This is the pin bar. Can you see it at the end point? The bearish pin bar. Can you see it? What happened? It started coming down. Then for the bullish, W that ends with a pin, most of the time it ends with a pin to take the stop loss. And you see a bullish candle, you place your trade here and you put your stop loss just below. that point. For M, this is an example of an extended M. You can see the first leg, the second leg goes above it and ends with a bearish pin bar. You understand? For example, this is also an M pattern, the one I was trying to explain to you, that I said it did not what? It did not reach, it did not go to the high exactly. As you can see it here, this is the first leg, comes back, traps it, and what happened? It does not go to that high, but it gives you a pin bar, a bearish pin bar. What happens? The market is about to sell. So just set your stop loss above. So you see, these things are everywhere in the market. So you always wait for these criteria before you take an entry. For example, now this is what I was trying to tell you about concerning the second leg. This is the first leg, like second leg. You can see the second leg just comes below it, or more like a perfect double bottom, and what? It goes what? Above. So you want to look out for these candlesticks. You want to look out for these patterns before you take any entry on Manara. Like I said, always when you have seen little profits, I want you to always what? Break even. I want you to always what? Break even. Always secure your profit. Very, very important. So this is how you take buy entries and sell entries for Manara. So yeah, that will be all for now.